Hey guys, I'm gonna kind of do a quick tutorial here showing you how to use Behance. Behance is a free online platform, essentially a portfolio platform. It's sponsored by Adobe. So if you already have an Adobe account, you can use your Adobe account to sign in. And probably most of you have an Adobe account because you have to create one to be able to use Photoshop and Illustrator in the classroom. You don't have to have, it's not anything you pay for, it's just a free account, so you could use whatever sign in you use when you sign in the classroom. But if you don't have that, or if you'd rather create something new, you can sign up with email. You can sign up with Apple. You can sign up with Facebook or with Google. So, I mean, these are pretty straightforward. As you click on these, um, you just fill out the boxes just like you would for any other thing where you create an account. Really, what you're doing is creating an Adobe ID. So again, if you already have an Adobe ID, I would recommend just signing into the one you already have, which I'm going to do. When you create an Adobe ID, you can use whatever email address you want. So some of you might have used your school email, or you might have used something else. When I created this like in 2014, I used my Yahoo, which is a really old email now. But I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. And then I'm going to sign in. Thankfully, it remembers my password because I'm not sure that I would remember my password. Um, and then you'll see I did some recent tests just to make sure I still remembered how to do this. I'm going to kind of briefly walk you through it as well, but at first let me just show you my profile. So if you click on your little icon there, which you might not have a photo yet, but you can add one, you will see your profile. You can see all my arts here, all the stuff that I've uploaded over the years. And then you can see how many people have viewed your work, how many appreciations, so likes you've gotten, how many followers you have, and how many people you are following. You can also see your bio and updated information, and if you want to, you can click edit your profile, and you can also edit your avatar here. This is pretty straightforward. When you go in to edit your profile, that's where you can add, actually, let me show you real briefly. You can add, obviously, some information about yourself. You can even include a website URL, so you can put your Wix website, or if you have another website. And then you could also link to your social media. And here's where you could put your bio and anything else you wanted to add. Let me go back. Right. Really fast, I'm going to show you guys how to create a project. I'm going to try to make it short and sweet. It's actually very simple and user-friendly when you are on here. You just click create a project, and this is always on the top banner no matter what page you're on. So even if you're on Discover, which is where you can kind of see the other artwork that's on Behance. And honestly, it's not loading very fast right now, but you should, take some time to look because there's some really cool stuff on here. But at any point, you just hit create a project when you're ready to post your art. And then this part's pretty simple and straightforward. There's a few different things you can do if you want to, like if you wanted to upload embed like a YouTube video, you could do that through this process here with embed media. If you wanted to do some type of photo grid, you could do that as well. I'm just going to do upload file. And here it's really important to know what, make sure you have your pictures ready to go. You want to make sure they're edited already, that they are professional. So you want to make sure that they are trimmed, cropped, straightened, color corrected, using like Photoshop probably to make sure that they are ready. If it was a digital artwork to begin with, it's probably fine. But um, if it's a painting or something you took a photo of, make sure you make it look as good as possible first before you upload it here. So I'm just going to choose this one because it's kind of a small file. Some of the bigger files take a few minutes to load, and I don't want you to have to watch while it loads. So I'm going to hit open. You can see it's loading pretty fast. Like I said, some of the big files take a while. I'm going to hit add text. And this is just an opportunity for me to put some information right here. I'm going to put the title, and then this is a detail, so I'm going to put that in parentheses. I'm going to put the size. So you always want to put the height first. So this one's 48 inches tall by 72 inches wide. And it's oil on canvas. And I'm going to put the year that I finished it. So this is 2016. All right. That's pretty much all you want on this page. But before you hit save or continue, you want to go through these top things right here. These number 1, this number 1, 2, and 3 right here on the left. So 1 is content, 2 is cover. The cover is essentially you're picking the thumbnail. So all the thumbnails have to be the same size on Behance. So it's basically letting you choose what part of the picture you want the cover image to be. Once people click on it, they'll see the full image. But it's kind of like the teaser. You know, how do you want people to see the tease of it? So I'm just going to pick like that. It's a lot, but I like it. Maybe I'll do both eyes like that. And then you want to give it the title again. Again, you just kind of want to give it the whatever title you have titled it. I think it's important to be consistent. And then hit crop and continue. Again, it's not really cropping it, it's just cropping the thumbnail. Then you're just going to work your way through this, kind of all these little questions. You're going to go through basic info, display, and discoverability. Basic info is pretty simple. You're going to start with creative fields. You're going to pick your creative fields. You can pick up to 3. So for example, if you did something like a illustration on Procreate, you might choose illustration. You might also choose character design, and you might also choose digital art, right? Now this is painting, so I'm going to unclick those. And I'm going to go down to P for painting. It might not have everything. It's possible. This is more of a, probably a little bit used more for digital stuff. So if they don't have something, just, you know, pick the closest thing. So for example, I'm going to choose painting and fine art. And then tools used. Here's where you can put the hardware and software that you used. So if you used an iPad Pro, you could put that in. If you used a Wacom, let's say you used a Cintiq, and maybe you used Procreate. I don't know, these probably don't all go together, but you get the idea. You can add whatever you'd use to make it. If it's a camera, you could put what specific camera you used. If it was a photograph. If it's a painting like this one is, I'm going to put oils, and I'm going to put canvas. If it was watercolor or acrylic, you could do the same thing. Now, I don't have a co-owner because I'm the sole owner of this project. Copyright and license, I'm going to leave it on all rights reserved, but you can flip through these and kind of see which one makes the most sense to you. For me, I like these bottom two the best. All rights reserved, others cannot use your work without explicit permission. Pretty straightforward. This one here I like too. Others cannot modify your work or distribute it commercially, but they can share it as long as they credit you. So sometimes that's nice if you want people to be able to share your work. And then you would only click this one here, the project contains adult content, if it's really, really adult. So for example, for my paintings that have nudity, I do not click this because it's paintings and it's art. Now, if you were doing a photograph, even though that's art, if it's a photograph of nudity, you always want to click this. If it's really graphic, you might want to click this as well, but only if it's really graphic. So then display. This one's important too. You just want to check. Sometimes the first time you do this, it's not on everyone. Sometimes it's set to private, so you want to make sure it's on everyone. Otherwise, when you share it, no one will be able to see your work. And then if you want to, you can disable the comments on the project. So especially if you feel like the comments might be negative or something, or if you've been having problems with it, you can always go back in and disable comments. And then discoverability. This one's pretty straightforward. Here you're going to put a description of the project. You know, essentially kind of almost like you were describing it for someone who can't see it. A woman face The woman has red hair, right? And then tags, so hashtags, keywords, figurative art, body positive. They don't have to be one word like a regular hashtag. And also you don't want to do things that you already have. So I already said that it's painting, so I don't need to put painting. You only would put that it's a company, brand, or school if you were commissioned by them. So even though you might have done the work at South Piedmont, you didn't do it for South Piedmont. So you would not click that. Teams. So for example, if you want to share your collaborative final work, you potentially could put that here, or you could put that under co-owners. Kind of just depends on what aspect of the work you're showing. And then when you're ready, you just hit publish. And it will take a second. And then it will be on your profile. And it's going to pop up kind of like Wix does if you've used Wix. Since I've just published something, it's going to give me the opportunity to share it. This is your link if you want to share this to Moodle. You can, of course, promote it through Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, or LinkedIn as well. And then you can go to your profile, and you'll see that new work is there. And again, this is just a thumbnail. That's that zoomed in. When you actually click on it, you'll see the whole image is there. So that really is Behance in a nutshell. If you have any questions about how to use it, or you have any problems, please let me know. And I hope that this video helped you as you start to create your Behance portfolio. Thanks.